What is good, YouTube? What is good, No Hype Nation? We're here at the No Hype House, and we're coming to you with another video. We hope you enjoy. Welcome to another video from No Hype Nation. We're going to be starting a little bit of different series here, talking about Python and machine learning, because that's something that we have a lot of expertise in. So let's get right into it. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and like button so you can see more videos like this. So why are we talking about machine learning? Machine learning is something that has become popular over the last year. It's really become a hot topic in science and programming. So it's really important that people who want to become data scientists in the future really learn about this topic. So we're going to be talking about Python. Why Python? Because Python is just a really useful language for the stuff that we're going to be doing, like data analysis. It's really easy to use. And from what I've done in the last year of working with machine learning tools, I found that Python has the most information out there. So you're going to find the most information about machine learning in the Python language. So there's something that you need to be careful of when you're getting into this space, is that you can't be copying and pasting code. It's just not healthy. Copying and pasting is a very dangerous game, especially in programming, just because you see people I work with or my friends trying to get into machine learning, and they just copy and paste code from websites, and they don't learn anything, and they just have a piece of code that they don't understand with a couple of comments. They read the comments and they say they understand the code, but they don't really understand what's going on. So what we want to do on this channel is take you step by step and teach you how to build machine learning models that you'll be able to A, understand, and B, able to manipulate. And this will be really useful later on when you're trying to build a career in this topic, or become a coder or become a data scientist. So we really need to have a balance between understanding the code, understanding the math, and then also being really, really enthusiastic with our result. Because if we're not happy with our result and you want to change it, but you copied code, you're not going to be able to change anything because you don't know what's going on. So today we're going to be talking about 5 tools that are essential when starting to learn machine learning. So the first tool that you really need to use is called Jupyter Notebooks. Jupyter Notebooks is like an IDE that you can use. It's a really useful coding platform where you can put all your machine learning code. You'll be able to use libraries. Installing libraries is never a problem in Jupyter Notebooks. It's really easy to use. There are tutorials everywhere on the internet and on YouTube, and we'll be making more tutorials on Jupyter Notebooks. And in my opinion, it's a really useful tool for beginners who are starting to learn machine learning. And even me, after a year of machine learning, I still use Jupyter Notebooks because it's really good for data visualization and gives us really good tools to use when we get more advanced and start using neural networks that need graph visualization and things of that sort. The next tool that I want to talk about is something that I've been using, and this is how I learned machine learning. Obviously, I used YouTube to learn most of the math that I needed to understand for machine learning, but also I used a website called DataCamp. And what DataCamp does is provides you a bunch of courses that you can use to learn about machine learning, and also learn about Python. And just a disclaimer, before you guys just jump into all these tools and start using all of this, you need to know the basics of Python. You can't be starting to learn about neural networks if you don't know how to do a basic for statement, if statement, stuff like that. You need to understand the basics of Python so that you'll be able to understand what's going on when we're trying to do a classification problem or regression problem. So it's really important before you start this video that you know the bare basics of Python, because we are going to be taking you step by step, but there are some things that we're not going to be teaching you, like the real basics. So DataCamp has a bunch of courses, and you can see on the screen there are different data tracks or tracks for people who want to do different things. So there might be a data scientist track or data analysis track, or basically there's just a bunch of courses and a bunch of information. The first chapter of each course is free, and you can pay for the courses. I personally paid for the courses because I really wanted to invest in the learning that I was doing. It's not relatively expensive, and if you're really serious about machine learning, you should definitely use this tool to start learning about it. So the next tool is called machinelearningmastery.com, and this tool is something that a lot of copy and pasters use, but it's actually a really useful tool. So basically what this does is it gives you some introductory lessons about how to build your first neural network, how to address your first classification problem, stuff of that sort, and it goes step by step and explains pieces of code. And it's a really useful tool for beginners who are trying to understand how to break down their code and how to build their code in steps. And for me personally, when I'm building an algorithm, it's really important that I do everything in steps. It just makes everything a lot more simple. And so machinelearningmastery.com is just a really comprehensive way to learn machine learning. But also you have to be careful. Again, those copy and paster gods out there need to be careful to make sure not to copy and paste it. Make sure to look at the relevant information, understand the theory that's on the website, understand how they're breaking down the code, and then understand the methods that they're using to better educate yourself about machine learning. So the next tool is called Towards Data Science, which is another website. This website is kind of like machinelearningmastery.com, but it focuses a little bit more about the theory and the mathematics, which is very important. As I stated before, whenever you're getting into machine learning, it's really important that you learn the math first. And if any of you guys have taken Coursera courses on machine learning, you'll see that there's a lot of calculus involved. And as a high school student, learning a lot of calculus can be something very hard. But as long as you understand the theoretical concepts, the underlying concepts that go behind machine learning, and you understand some of the math to a certain extent, it will boost your ability to understand algorithms and how they function. If you know no math, it's going to be really hard for you to write an algorithm, and it's also going to be really hard for you to understand other algorithms that you're going to see on the websites that we're talking about. So that leads me to my final tool, YouTube. What you're on right now, while you're watching this video. Look at tutorials on YouTube. Just search up how to build your first neural network. Don't copy and paste. Look at the tutorial. Listen to what they're talking about. And I know it's really hard when you're eager to start learning something, that you go straight in and you want to learn everything and you want to write down everything and you want to copy paste code and you want to put it in Jupyter Notebooks and see how it works. But if you really want to be successful and you want to understand how machine learning algorithms work, how to implement them in different problems, and how to attack really complex situations or scenarios, really pay attention to what's going on. So, just an overview of what we talked about. Don't be a copy and paste god. You don't want to go down as a copy and paste god. Make sure to understand the math behind everything you're doing. It will make everything easier for you. Understand the theory behind the machine learning algorithms that you're using. Use Jupyter Notebooks to make your visualization easier. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe down below and hit post notifications. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Of the internet.